All schools in the country are going to be closed for at least 2 weeks, and a massive operation has been undertaken to get students back home by Tuesday latest, starting Sunday. The students streaming into Kigali from all provinces of the country are being gathered at assembly points, told to wash their hands, checked for elevated temperatures, and then shuttled onto buses to take them home, with officials in the Ministry of Education saying every child will be accounted for until they reach their destination safely. The students are boarding buses while lists are made available such that if one were to get off along the way for any reason, it would be noted. For those that arrive at designated sites at the district level, they are received by 2 employees, one that works for the ministry and another from the district, and they ensure that all children get home safely. The Ministry of Education is paying for the buses ferrying the children, and those in charge of transport say there are no shortages of vehicles. Vehicles are not a problem. You see them parked and more on their way. We assure the general public that this operation will go well and the children will get home safely. The buses were to wait until 6 p.m. for any latecomers, but the Ministry of Education had also made plans for lodgings for students not able to make it home before it is dark. Boys will spend the night at Saint Andre. We have already spoken to the school's authorities, and we are talking to Lycée Notre Dame so that it will take the girls. That is for those who will get here so late they are unable to continue to their home districts. Some parents decided to just go and pick up their kids. Even though there are buses taking them home, I decided to come and get my child here at the stadium because I have the time and means to do it. On Monday, students from the eastern, western and northern provinces will be going home, and in 2 weeks, if it is deemed safe to do so, they will return to school to sit for their first term exams and then immediately begin their second term. Dr. Valentine Wamaria says this changes nothing in the grand scheme of things. This has not disrupted anything because they were supposed to go home for the holidays in 2 weeks anyway. The only difference is that they are going home before doing their exams. There is no need to change school fees because they are going to spend the same amount of time at home as they would have for their holidays. The students are, however, not pleased by the abrupt changes. We were about to do our end-of-term exams, so it is clear that our revision process is going to be disrupted. But there is nothing else we can do because prevention is better than cure. We are not happy because we had completed our revision, ready to do the exams, and now we must start all over again. The ministry has urged parents and guardians to help their children revise during these 2 weeks. But what happens if after the period has elapsed, it is not deemed safe enough to return to schools? Towards the end of the 2 weeks, we will sit and analyze the situation, how the disease is being managed, and then decide if they can return to school. The most important thing is one's life, and it does not matter if you go to school and you might die. After 2 weeks, we will decide if they get to go back. You saw that churches have also been closed, so we are not alone in this. The Ministry of Health will help us. All boarding schools are to be emptied by Tuesday, and preparations will begin for their return in 2 weeks. No student in the country has yet tested positive for the COVID-19 coronavirus.